welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the new year, January 1st, 2018. And we're ecstatic that you are joining us today. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. This episode, I was going to talk about the 2018 DO Youth Boxing Scholarship. It's an important scholarship to me. When I was a young person, a lot of people kind of know my story if they've been watching the episodes, but I grew up in foster care, Catholic Children's Aid, from the time I was 10 years old. And, I definitely struggled in elementary school, ended up not making it all the way through high school. And, I never was really given a lot of assistance coming up, and I don't really have family in basically Canada. I have some relatives in the U.S., but basically being here and not having a lot of resources, I remember as a youngster receiving an award from the Hope for Children Foundation when I was younger, when I was in foster care, and I got a scholarship, and the money really came in handy for me. And as a young person, that was one of the things that really motivated me to do my best to try and always kind of be better, to see that when you do work hard, there is some reward or someone is noticing. So I had a scholarship with the Hope for Children Foundation for many years, and then it became kind of a corporate melting pot where a lot of corporations would put in money, and the exact amount that you put in wasn't necessarily always going to the recipient. And so I decided I was going to branch off from that, because essentially my donation was a really small part to the total donations they got, and I wanted to personalize it a little bit more, and I wanted the person that I was giving money to know that that money was coming exactly from me. And that began the DO Youth Boxing Scholarship, which started in 2016, and we've given it out to 3 recipients since. I started promoting the 2018 DO Youth Boxing Scholarship a few months ago, and I was promoting it through my social media, through this YouTube show, the DO Boxing Show, and I like to try and give a lot of advance notice so that people can also tell other people that they know that might be eligible, friends that they know that might be boxing. They may not necessarily be in the same gym, and have the word spread a little bit. And this year, when the deadline came on December 30th at midnight, there was actually no submissions. And I was surprised by that, because through the year 2017, I've seen a lot of athletes with GoFundMe pages asking for money, asking people for money. And I was like, wow, people, either they're doing extremely well, or the word's not getting around, or people just aren't taking action trying to make something happen for themselves. So I was contemplating after December 30th that I was actually going to make a donation, probably to diabetes or cancer or something like that, because I wasn't going to extend the deadline. I thought, what, if people aren't willing to take advantage and do a little something for money, then I'm not just going to give it to somebody for nothing. And lo and behold, even though the submission came a day late, I was still appreciative of it. A 13-year-old, Namir Khalil, who trains out of Dwight's Boxing Studio, submitted a great essay, and I was happy and very proud of the young man for stepping up and doing something. A lot of people talk, but few people put actions behind their words. And this kid is not only training extremely hard, but he made the effort to try and do something for himself, and it won him the actual scholarship. And it was actually the only submission, and I don't want to take away from the fact that his essay was good as well, but it's the fact that he actually put the effort forward that I'm proud of, because a lot of people, they don't even try, and that is a big part of life. It's not about necessarily winning or losing, it's about the effort, and it's about continuing to put the effort forward, because while you may not win this year or get your goals this year or the next, eventually, if you continue and you keep going and you keep pushing forward, you reach your goals. And it's something that's something that I wanted to instill instead of just basically giving money to people or giving money to athletes without having to earn it. And I've done that in the past, and I saw that it wasn't really appreciated. So I wanted to make sure that people know that there's going to be effort involved, and this effort was rewarded for this young man, 13 years old. I'm very happy for him. He's going to receive 2 complimentary tickets to the 2018 induction ceremony, which is going to take place in Woodstock, Ontario on May the 5th, 2018. And so he can bring along whoever he wants to bring with him. And he's going to receive his award among Ontario legends that are going to be inducted that evening. And also the mayor of Woodstock, who's going to be there as well. So it's going to be a fantastic evening. The Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame induction ceremony is going to be merged with the 2018 boxing trade show. It's going to be scaled down version of the event, but it's also going to be part of the induction ceremony. So young man, you're going to get an opportunity to see Ontario legends and see some local boxing businesses that invest in themselves and invest in the sport of boxing there. And we'll be able to meet, and I'll be able to find out a little bit more about you, what you're going to look forward to. And you'll also be featured in an upcoming issue of Below the Belt Boxing Magazine. So it's great. Congratulations to him. And another lesson for people, you know what? You have to put effort out there if you want things. Your effort is not always going to be rewarded right away, but eventually, if you stay persistent, keep moving forward, it will be rewarded. Remember, if you have any questions related to boxing, send us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO or through email, okposio@hotmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube to get every episode of the DO Boxing Show. We're going to have more episodes coming for you in 2018. Thanks for tuning into this episode. We really appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.